be able to see here if we are going to be getting promoted to AAA. Here are the stats. Hey, oh, hang on a second. I actually got to go to the actual stats and awards there to be able to pull it out. Career stats. 395 batting average. I did kind of slip there towards the end. I didn't hit any home runs, but I had 34 RBIs on the year. Had a couple sac flies there. Did have 7 errors in the fielding department. Obviously, I'm still young and raw here, so there'll be some work to do. Got sim the off season. You offers. The Cardinals are offering you a 1-year contract for $75,000 and a AAA starter and a starter. Oh yes, I'm taking it. I'm just gonna, yeah. Let's just keep it like that. Keep it like that. Don't screw around with anything. So now that we going to AAA, I got John Nogowski that I have to advance past. Paul Goldschmidt took a big drop there. All right. Yes. 1-year contract. Hopefully I should be able to get into the bigs after this. We're going to go ahead and sim through the rest of the offseason. And now, I will be part of, wait, what? What's going on here? It said AAA starter. I'm confused. Wait a minute. It's still showing me. So, okay, I'm confused here. Why would it show to me with the 1-year deal in AAA? Something's not right. Oh, advance. Oh, okay. Advance the regular season. But it's still showing me. What? This is confusing. But I just had the contract for the AAA starter.
I'm not sure there's a more fascinating prospect in the game right now. He's breaking. This is a guy we've talked about before, and he's getting a lot more attention lately, really rising up the prospect ranks. Mike Lowell is with me. Mike, you went from 20th round pick to top 100 prospect to a 4-time MLB All-Star. What is it like when you start getting more attention as a prospect?
Well, it's a good feeling because you know you're doing something right, and the organization and people in the industry are really taking notice. However, I think it comes with an added pressure, and how you deal with that pressure, I think, really determines your future, short-term and long-term. For me specifically, I felt like, okay, the attention is great, but I got to really focus on what I've been doing that got me to this point. So I almost wanted to tune it out, focus on my craft, focus on my preparation for each game, and try to maintain that consistency so that good news that I got and those good numbers I was putting up could basically keep that wave rolling a little bit so I can get either to the next level or make it to the big leagues or sustain myself in the big leagues.
Okay. How the hell am I still...
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Why would I have been put as a AAA starter? I'm so confused right now. You guys saw that with the freaking contract. So... I don't know. I gave up on even trying to decipher or pick up on
Minor League
whatever.
Baseball now on the show as our coverage comes to you from the AA Central opening night here in this brand new season between the San Antonio Missions and the Springfield Cardinals. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Anthony Shue gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his...
So now here is Jamie Lindsay looking to put them ahead early with this at-bat. First pitch on its way. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. And he popped him up. And no one will get this one. Grossman leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Grounded down the third baseline. Reined in. And that's the second out. Bottom of the inning now. And next to bat will be the first baseman, Jamie Lindsay. Pitch on the way. Now a ball slapped hard the opposite way. But he will come on strong out there in right and pull this one down for the first out.
I just hope I don't run into like a sophomore slump.
Now at the plate here is Jamie Lindsay. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2
I
at
feel
this
like
point.
it could take like 3 years by this
First pitch
rate.
on the way. Skied into straightaway right. Azarkar is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. Now it'll be Jamie Lindsay, and they're down to their final 4 outs here, Dan.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for them right now, Matt. They've got a significant hill to climb, but they've got to take it 1 bat at a time. A couple of guys get on, and then who knows what could happen.
The 1-0. A swing and a miss, strike 1.
1-1.
5-1
Wow.
our score as we play the 8th.
Even on a guest pitch.
Well hit the other way. And
There we
it's
go.
into the gap.
Come on, dig. Go hard. Go 2. Go 2.
And the runner scores all the way from first as they try and chip away at their deficit. Now a 5-2 game.
Never say never in this game, folks. It's late and the clock is ticking, but that RBI double might start making believers out of the... Yeah, that's what you want to do when you're playing on the road. Take it right to the home squad and get a win. Now the pressure is off. If they get one of the next 2, the series is theirs.
5-2 the final score tonight. San Antonio led this game from the 3rd inning on and never wavered. Welcome into this presentation of Minor League Baseball.
I'm so mad. Like, I feel like I just got lied to.
Next to hit, Jamie Lindsay. He drove in the other of their 2 runs last night. He's set. Here it comes. This is hit high in the air out toward
Aw,
left
man.
center. Left fielder giving chase. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the 2nd out.
Warning track power.
Next to dig in, Jamie Lindsay. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Swinging a blooper to the right side. Right fielder coming on, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Starting to hit the ground one here.
So stepping in is Jamie Lindsay, singled in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't be surprised
God
if
dang
anything
it.
hit hard through the infield. He's going to wave him.
Azarkar is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
Run scored, okay.
So next to hit is Jamie Lindsay. He flew out in his last AB. First things first, here's a throw over. A dive, but he's back.
That waterfall almost reminds me of Kauffman
Comes
Stadium
set.
in a
Here's
way.
the 0-0 pitch.
I think it's pretty
Back
cool.
up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Well, this game had its moments, but it got out of hand pretty quick. Always nice when you can coast to a 6-run win. Save your closer for another day and let everyone in on the action.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the... Next, it'll be Jamie Lindsay.
I hope there wasn't like a
Ready
glitch
with
that
the first
happened or
pitch.
something.
Here it comes. Takes this the other way to right. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. Long throw to third. But too late, and he's safe at third.
Outside of home runs, nothing fires.
Next to hit is Jamie Lindsay. He's singled in his first AB. From the belt, the pitch. Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball one.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout. This guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning.
Don't know the score.
So the next to bat will be Jamie Lindsay, grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, and it looked like a sinker in his last AB that got him to roll over. Kind of similar situation right here. Similar stuff on the mound. Look for them to try and get him to do exactly the same thing as his last AB. He's got to fight to
There we
get it
go.
elevated just a little bit more.
And that'll get down for a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the one-out single.
This is their time right here. This starting pitcher has been on point.
Got one.
Now at the plate is Jamie Lindsay, singled in his last at-bat. First pitch coming, here it is.
Nope.
You know, because this is just a one-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's going to be working around a guy. I think he's going to challenge him right here.
And that's into the outfield.
They let it
for a
drop,
one-out
good.
Base hit.
Hey, Dero, not a bad night. 3 singles, but hey, you'll take 3 for 4.
They oh, yes.
Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. The Cardinals came through and it mattered in the 9th on the
I'm ready to get called up.
his
I'm ready to get freaking called up.
You're gonna be happy. Keep working today. That smile will come one day. Don't worry. You're gonna be happy. Keep fighting today. That smile will come one day.
Gonna be developing a lot of chemistry though with these guys.
The game's future stars are on display. And now, Jamie Lindsay. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Swing and a liner.
Dang.
And that is in there for a 2-out base knock.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible.
And stepping in, Jamie Lindsay. He's singled
Do another
first
one.
time up.
Nope.
Now here it comes. Hit in the air down the right field line. Right fielder giving chase, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. Top half of the sixth about to get started. Here comes the first baseman, Jamie Lindsay. Lofted in the air out toward
Dang,
right
I was
center.
underneath
Right
it.
fielder is on the run. He gets there to make the play for the first
Underneath
out of
it.
the inning. So now to the plate, Jamie Lindsay. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. And now the first pitch. High in the air out towards shallow right.
You're scoring. You're scoring.
And the 2-out threat won't pay off. The inning is over.
Can't be missing those.
Big spot here, and it'll be Jamie Lindsay. And a chance they walk him here to set up a double play that would keep the game tied. Here's the first pitch. Liner towards second, but right to the second baseman, and that's the second out. Stepping up is Jamie Lindsay. From the stretch. Hit back up the middle. And how about that right out of the bullpen? A ground ball on one pitch, and the inning is over.
We got the W.
Well, they had to put in a couple of extra innings of work, but hey, listen, a win is a win, and any win is good, especially on the road.
Tonight's game comes to an end, 5-1, the final score.
They left 18 runners on base.
Welcome to MLB The Show, and this present. So now here is Jamie Lindsay looking to put them ahead early with this at-bat. First offering on its way. Looked like he was swinging no matter what that time as he goes way out of the zone at that offering. It's 0-1. Fellas, you take a look at our homestanding ball club as they come into this one tonight. They come out of the gate slowly. Just one of their first 4 have been wins. And that's through into right field for a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away. Next, here is Jamie Lindsay. He collected a base hit his first time up.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't be surprised if anything hit hard through the infield. He's going to wave them. The offensive game plan today is certainly to see the ball up. This guy is known on the mound for sinker changeup combination. He's going to try and establish down in the zone to get swing and a miss or ground balls consistently. You have to find something above the belt to get loose on.
Here's a little chopper up the middle.
Jesus
One
Christ.
there. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side. Next, it'll be Jamie Lindsay. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Hit hard back up the middle. Scooped up. Throw gets him. 2 down. Stepping in next, Jamie Lindsay. He bounced out last time up.
Jamie Lindsay.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. There's a ball into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. And another runs across as this is now a 4-0 ball game.
Hey, that's what you try and do as an offense. You get a 4-run.
Yeah, this game was decided in the 8th. That was a huge offensive fireworks coming into the 8th inning. And when the other guys put up a big inning like that against you late in the game, it's really tough to make any kind of a comeback.
Minor League Baseball now on the show.
This team doesn't really have the same edge like it did last year.
Striding in is Jamie Lindsay. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. Now here's the first offering. Line drive to left, and that's in there. Base hit.
Obvious pitch recognition right there. 0-0 changeups usually get guys.
Into the box, Jamie Lindsay singled in his last at-bat. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Swing and a liner. Longy is there, 2 down. Now to the plate, Jamie Lindsay. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. He's set and the pitch. Well, the shortstop's got him played perfectly as he takes this in for the 3rd out. Now to the plate, here is Jamie Lindsay. Ready with the first pitch, here it comes. Takes this the other way to right.
Go third.
That's in for his 2nd hit of the afternoon. And he's safe.
Hey, that's a beautiful job of executing a hit and run right there. Pretty interesting. Must have known he was going to try and get over the heart of the plate right there with something, either fastball or something off speed, because he was coming unglued. 0-0.
Sack fly ties it up. Sack fly ties it up.
Jamie Lindsay trying to bring in the tying run from 3rd here. He's set. Here it comes. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
You know, because this is just a 1-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's going to be working around a guy. I think he's going to challenge him right here.
There's one.
You know, that's not the worst thing in the world, because they still scored, and it did result in a win.
Hey, it took them an extra frame to do it, but hey, they're not going to complain.
If there was a such thing as a good double play, it actually was that one. Because I was hit toward the middle of the field. They had to make sure that that was kept honest. So that's not bad.
An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors.
Not gonna lie, could be better. I want a promotion. Alright. Touche.
Welcome into this presentation of minor league.
Ball 4, take the base.
So here is Jamie Lindsay.
Batting first, the first baseman.
Here's the first pitch to him. Ripped down the first base line. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And he'll take this over to the bag for the out. But meanwhile, the runner moves into scoring position. Ready now is Jamie Lindsay. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Jamie Lindsay.
First pitch on its way. Now a swing, and he gets him to pop it up. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball.
Gotta execute my timing so much better.
A 1 pitch on its way. To short, hit hard. He's got it. To second
Well,
for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. One
Get
hit in
into
the
a
inning, but that
playable
gets erased.
fall.
And now in the box, Jamie Lindsay. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Jamie Lindsay.
Softly hit to short.
Shoot.
Fielded cleanly. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side is retired. Digging in next, Jamie Lindsay grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at-bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
As a look, now the pitch. Pitch is way outside, and he can't even get a glove on it. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. From the belt, the pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Hey, after those 2 breaking balls missed, you have to be sitting on a fastball right here.
Started to chase that time, and then he wisely holds off for ball 3.
Green light.
Heading out towards
Dang
shallow
it.
right.
Oh,
In
it drops.
there,
Okay.
base hit. And that runner will hold up at second with 2 aboard now.
3.
All right. Sorry, getting promoted when you haven't had any dingers. I kind of like almost want to trade, but you watch like I would get like put on the Phillies or something. Other teal went like.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show tonight. The first of this.
I don't know. I just feel like something would probably backfire on me.
Plate now is Jamie Lindsay.
The first baseman, Jamie Lindsay.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Inside, ball 1.
Guys, you take a look at our visiting club as they enter play here this evening. They've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Yeah, Matty, this team's in the grind part of their schedule right now. Just had a short homestand, able to say hello to the family, kiss the wife, tuck the kids in at night, and they're back on the road again. This should be interesting to see the energy this team plays with
That's
today.
outside.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Oh, double play ball to second. 4. 6, 3. It's a double play, and the inning is over. An inning in the books tonight. Still. So runners in scoring position, and here is Jamie Lindsay looking to put them ahead early with this at-bat.
Can you imagine how big a grand slam would be right now?
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. 0-1 the count.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout. This guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all.
That's score one.
That's in there. Base hit. And
maybe two.
Not in time as the run scores.
Yep.
And the second run will score as that makes it a 2-0 ball game.
Hey, this one's a long way from being over, D-Roll, but that big...
Digging in will be Jamie Lindsay. He drove home 2 with a single in his last plate appearance.
Yeah, Matty, pressure's off right now. He extended his hitting streak that last plate appearance. Now he gets to get back into his zone, work on his craft, and try and drive something in the gap.
Next to stand in is Jamie Lindsay.
Jamie Lindsay.
From the stretch. In the air, out to right.
Dang it.
Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning.
Always nice to get the first game of the series, but even more so when it's
Barry, how long there?
seems to energize everybody the rest of the series.
Here we go.
2-1 the final score.
Relief pitching time.
Jamie Lindsay takes the ball here as he'll enter with a runner at first and nobody out.
Number 24, Jamie Lindsay.
I'm good to go.
Stepping in once again is Luis Liberato, leadoff man on base, and we'll see what they have in mind strategy-wise here. Curveball is nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
Good speed at first and good speed with a guy at the dish. Going to be tough to double up these guys. If you're an infielder, got to get rid of it quick.
And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
And that'll get down for a base hit.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
Next up, Dave Dias. It's been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Elvis Uribe is in now as he watches a pitch for ball one.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Great curveball there. Really fooled him with that one.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love for a ground ball or a strikeout.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
Go inside on him again.
Misses, so it's a full count, 3-2.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Fastball too high, ball 4.
That's a big no-no. He obviously had to work carefully with 2 men on, but he did not want to walk him to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him. We'll see how he fares here.
First delivery to him. Donnie Walton is in with one away now.
Gotta go high-low on these guys.
He's going to have to set his sights a little lower.
Thank
right
you.
there. That pitch was able to get by him. His swing was just a little under that one.
The 0-2 home. And this is
swung
on and missed. A huge out there as the bases will stay loaded with 2 away now. Drew Irvin digging in now. potential tying run for him at third base. Ball one to start the at-bat. This is hit to third. Is he going to get out of this? He is. They get the force at second base, and the inning is over. So 1 run here on 3
I don't know how the hell I got out of that jam. Wow.
Always nice to get the first game of the series, but even more so when it's in front of the home crowd. Seems to energize everybody the rest of the series.
Yeah, came in as a reliever. Boy, that was like the most difficult thing to freaking do right there. I found a way though. I mean, that's what you freaking call clutch.
A coach approaches a player with a thought about his progress.
The grind of Double-A is a well-documented ordeal, and many prospects don't make it past that level because they just can't find enough consistency to succeed. Cliff, what is the key to getting that consistency you need to succeed at the Double-A level?
Work is the key to everything. If you're willing to work and put in the effort and make sure that you stay the course. Stay in the course means work smart. Not work long, work smart. If that means taking 5 ground balls because you feel good that day, cool. Then you might need to take 20 because you made a couple mental mistakes. All these things are going to help you in the long, road, not the short term, but in longevity of a career. You're going to need to have work ethics that's going to push you over the top when you need the most.
Got some bro statuses here, alright. My offense alone is like good enough. They probably just want to see like more RBIs and
Team's
stuff.
future stars are on display.
Probably the one thing, I don't know.
Tommy Parsons.
Well, also,
ready
I
from
mean,
the
I
stable.
played the majority of the year coming off the bench, so.
Now into the box, Jamie Lindsay.
The first baseman, Jamie.
Here's the first pitch. Hit high in the air down the right field
That
line.
is fair.
And that's in there, base hit.
All or nothing.
And they'll have runners at second and third following the one out.
Let's go.
That was not a good pitch, but he handled it nicely, guys.
Yeah, and the pitcher's got to wonder what he has to do to get it past this guy. That pitch was off the plate, but he shows great reach.
2-run score with a single.
And now here is Jamie Lindsay. He doubled his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit hard on the ground towards
Wow.
second. Scooped up in time to first, and there are 2 away.
I was waiting all day on that pitch, and I still couldn't get it in play for a base hit.
So now into the box is Jamie Lindsay. He bounced out last time up.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this
You
defense
kidding?
is, they could certainly roll too.
Single and an error.
Now at the plate, Jamie Lindsay. And their runners at the corners now.
Lindsay.
First pitch of the AB now. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Line, but speared on a hop. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. All set for the bottom of the ninth. And next to bat will be the first baseman, Jamie Lindsay.
Jamie.
All right, all right.
Now the pitch. This is in the air out to right field.
Right to him.
Rayleigh is there, and he's got that all-important first out here to start the ninth.
We're down 1.
Now to bat, Jamie Lindsay. They'll go to work on getting that tying run home from second. As a look, now the pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Leonard will have plenty of room as he makes the catch, and there's a big out number 2.
Dang.
Well, they had to put in a couple of extra innings of work, but hey, listen, a win is a win, and any win is good, especially on the road.
For the victorious Cleveland Indians, 7 downs on 13 hits, 2 errors, and a left.
Back here with our minor league baseball now. Next up is Jamie Lindsay, and he's one of the more dangerous hitters in baseball right now, carrying a 10-game hitting streak into this one. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. And he'll try to check his swing here, but he'll have no such luck. It's
Terrible.
strike 1. So, guys, our visitors, as they take the field following a scoreless top half, well, they've been on a pretty good roll of late. Winners of 7 of their last 8 ball games. And that's
I didn't even think that was going to drop.
And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Hey, that's a big RBI single right there, D'Lo. They lost the first game of this series, and they certainly don't want to fall behind and maybe
Goodness
lose the first game of the
gracious.
set without question.
What is going on with this city of Indianapolis?
Lindsay, he singled in his first AB.
Yeah, Matty, pressure's
Just
off
got
right now. He
a
extended his hitting streak that last plate appearance.
notification on Citizen app with
with
another shooting going on. This is just freaking bogus.
Now at the plate, here is Jamie Lindsay, singled in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't
Shoot.
be surprised if anything hit hard through the infield.
Oh, wow.
He's going to wave them.
Plummer over at second. Ascanio at first, 2 out in the inning. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Wow. That was it, and I missed it.
Now a fastball here that'll wisely lay off, and it's 1-2.
Hey, this is a big pitch right here. Can't allow them to tack on any more runs. Let's see if he attacks his zone or buries something in the dirt.
Swing and a flare hit toward right.
Well,
Peter
that
ranging
works.
into the outfield. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late.
4-4, take the base.
Now it'll be Jamie Lindsay. He delivered an RBI single in his last trip. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Rayleigh moves to his right and puts this one away.
Stayed
in the
up
alley
too
for out
long.
number 1.
Just a little too long.
Bottom of inning number 8 set to go. And next to bat will be the first baseman, Jamie Lindsay. He's set and the pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. And
Hard.
that's a base hit, so a chance for some important insurance here to kick off the bottom of the 8th.
Hey, guys, there had to be something in the scouting report right there. For him to be on top of that 0-0 chain.
Hey, this was a pretty tightly played game. Got a little bit of everything in this one. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching, and defense in certain spots. This one was a fun one to watch.
They left 22 runners on base.
Welcome into this presentation of minor league. Next to hit, Jamie Lindsay. Let's take a look at this young two-way player and the experiment they're running with him. You see him on the mound sometimes, but most of his work is in the field. Would you have wanted to do something like that, Dan?
It's very interesting, Manny, because most pitchers that have big arms, you can move them around the diamond. One of the things you have to have if you want to play defensively, particularly in the outfield or one of the middle infield spots, is to have the strong...
He's got first. He's got.
Next to dig in, Jamie Lindsay. He collected a base hit his first time up. Swing, and he takes this the other way to right. But a little unlucky there as it's hit right to him in right field for the final out of the inning. So stepping in is Jamie Lindsay.
The first baseman.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Line to the right side. And that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night.
You think there's any justice in the game? Watch those two at bats. Both of them.
So next to hit is Jamie Lindsay. The base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Takes this the other way to right, and that's in there. Base hit.
He's gonna go.
Rounds the corner and is headed home. Safe
High
at
game.
the plate. We are knotted at 3.
You know, D-Roll, in today's game, it's not easy.
Yes.
Hey, this was a pretty tightly played game. Got a little bit of everything.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air.
Oh, probably just enough time for this series here.
Next to hit is Jamie Lindsay. It was a 3-hit effort from him last night, so he was a big part of that victory. First offering, now a flare out toward right center. Salgado ranging into the outfield. He makes the running play. 2 down. Next, it'll be Jamie Lindsay. Flew out last time up. Throw over to first, and a dive, but he's back in. First pitch of the AB on its way. No balls and a strike to count. Ascanio stands at first with 1 out.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
A swing and a ground ball to third. Oh, look at the dive. Safe. What? Off to that one.
Ain't no way that just happened.
Here's one that you don't see too
Wait a
often,
minute.
right? Safe at second base, but out at first. Great hustle there from the runner going into second. Really showed off his speed.
Okay. So he's off the bag. Wow.
And now, Jamie Lindsay grounded out in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. A bouncer up the middle. Oh, a diving effort as it's off his glove.
Okay, I was about to say.
Not really much of a chance to recover there as he'll reach first on what undoubtedly will be scored as an So the next to bat will be Jamie Lindsay. He's set. Here it comes. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
Round it.
chalk up another multi-hit game for this guy. He is absolutely...
And this evening's contest comes to a close, 5-3 the final. Springfield Cardinals led this game from the third inning on and never wavered.
5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base.
The game's future stars are on display. And stepping in, Jamie Lindsay. Let's take a look at this young two-way player and the experiment they're running with him. You see him on the mound sometimes, but most of his work is in the field. Would you have wanted to do something like that, Dan?
It's very interesting, Manny, because most pitchers that have big arms, you can move them around the diamond. One of the things you have to have if you want to play defensively, particularly in the outfield or one of the middle infield spots, is to have a strong arm. The key is going to be how they can be.
Now at the plate is Jamie Lindsay. He singled first time up. Here's the pitch.
Lindsay.
Oh, look out. Hot shot to third, and there are 2 away.
First base.
Stepping up is Jamie Lindsay. A hit in 2 tries so far. And now the first pitch. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Peter onto the grass. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
this.
So now here is Jamie Lindsay trying to bring in the tying run from third here.
Lindsay.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Back to the
Oh
mound,
my
and they may have it
goodness.
hung up here. One there on the first, and how about that for an entrance? 1 pitch, 2 outs, and the inning is over. Next, here is Jamie Lindsay. There are 2 gone and the possible go-ahead run at first. No
Nice,
balls
swing
and
at
1
that
strike.
shoot.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even
Hell
at
no.
1. And oh, that gets him on the mound. Fortunately, he's able to stick with it and get the out at first, and that'll put an end
Just
to
had
the
to go off you like that.
Next, it'll be Jamie Lindsay. He bounced out.
I'm
last
gonna
time up.
freaking take a couple pitches here.
Now here's the first offering. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
He'll take that first pitch strike all day long. If they're going to take 0-0, he's going to pound that zone and get ahead. Much more susceptible down 0-1 than 1-0.
Swing and a line drive. That's in there. Base hit. Marquez is on his way home.
Big
And
insurance
he's
run.
safe at the plate as they extend their lead to 3.
Well, they had to put in a couple of extra innings of work, but hey, listen, a win is a win, and any win is good, especially on the road.
8-5 tonight. Springfield slugged their way to victory with 15 hits.
No errors. They left 15 runners on base.
Welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation of... So now to the plate, Jamie Lindsay. Let's take a look at this young two-way player and the experiment they're running with him. You see him on the mound sometimes, but most of his work is in the field. Would you have wanted to do something like that, Dan?
It's very interesting, Manny, because
This ball gets down. Let's see if they try to score. The throw to the plate, and not in time.
Wow, that throw is on the money.
teams are playing well like this.
Ooh, that was close.
Striding in is Jamie Lindsay. He's singled
You couldn't
in
have
his
been more
first
on the
AB.
money with that throw
man,
than that.
pressure's off right now. He extended his hitting streak that last plate appearance. Now he gets to get back into his zone, work on his craft, and try and drive something in the gap.
The windup and the 0-1. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up, and he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for round. Now to the plate, Jamie Lindsay. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Jamie Lindsay.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. Hit on the ground out to short. He's got it.
Run it out. Run it
And the
out.
fifth inning will start with a ground out, one away. Into the box, Jamie Lindsay grounded out in his last at-bat.
Jamie Lindsay.
Line shot to second, but it's caught and the side is retired.
Got the W.
Well, these guys feel pretty good about themselves.
Let's go. $59 overall. Already getting through the month of May here. I'm not even on the 40-man roster yet. Now we're everything in the young season. Okay, we're 13-5. If we can at least win in the first half again, that'd be good. Oh shoot, I forgot again. Check MLB. And the Cardinals are trash again. I'm in a weird position because, like, you know, the way I started out being so far behind the bench and everything, I don't know. Looks like the Mets are a little angry. Well, Dodgers are not quite as good yet. Diamondbacks actually pretty solid. Could the Angels possibly make the playoffs? That'd be interesting. I'm really hoping I get